Hello everybody, welcome to Crafty Soup. My name is Misty. It is time for me to open my Spellbinders Hot Foil Kit of the Month, and I am going to be creating this layout today using hot foiling products and a few other goodies. And don't worry, if you don't have a hot foiling machine, I do have a video on how to get foiling onto your layout without a hot foiling machine, so be sure to check out that video. For now, let's dive into this crafting. Here is my hot foiling package that I got in the mail. I often see the reveal videos before I open up my packages. This time I can't even remember watching the reveal video, so I'm not sure that I know what's in here. I first pull out our foil, which looks to be chocolate brown, but later I see that it says copper. And then this background plate, which is beautiful. And when I look at the back to try and see if the sentiments are listed, I don't see those, but I do see some Halloween stuff. So I am not sure I've seen the reveal video. At any rate, I am going to use this to foil on vellum. I have been wanting to foil on acetate, but I don't have any heat-stable acetate, so I'm going to do it on vellum. I'm going to create some tags for my scrapbooking layout. I'm going to do foiling and then reverse foiling, and I'm going to create some embellishments. So let's get started with the main foiling. So here is what that plate looks like typically. To reverse foil, you need a solid plate. Take your leftover foil, place it face down on your plate, and then your paper, or in this case vellum, goes on top, and then you can run it through the hot foil machine. And here is what it looks like once that is done. Both looks are beautiful. One has more foiling to it and one has less. So it just depends on the look that you are going for. I'm going to do the same thing with my embellishments and my sentiments. Here is the first look at the regular straightforward foiling. I am going to go ahead and die cut those out and kind of part my sentiments. And here you can see that is ready to go, and I've got a sentiment strip ready to go. And then with the reverse foiling, I did a circle embellishment and a smaller sentiment with the same word. But it is so beautiful. After I've got all this done, I've cut out my tags, both in the straight foil and in the reverse foil, and I'm loving it. It's just gorgeous. I did pull out some other supplies to create these embellishments, and this is a set from scrapbook.com. I will link you up to all the supplies I use below. When you use my affiliate shopping links, it doesn't cost you anything extra, but it really does go a long way into helping me pay the bills for this channel, from monthly software to literally keeping the lights on. So your support is much appreciated when you use my shopping links. Now back to the crafting. Besides the extra die cut, I did pull out some twine that has some gold in it. It matches pretty well with the copper actually. I die cut my title. I created this sheet of pattern paper and with washi from a previous video, so if you want to check out how that mistake turned into this background, I'll leave you up a link. I have this beautiful picture of my daughter from a couple years ago that I want to put on this layout, and it is time to build our embellishments. I am putting the more solid foiled embellishment on top of the least solid foiled tag for a good balance of things there, and I am popping up my sentiments on some foam strips. If you want to take a closer look, here is me tucking in some of those vellum foliage die cuts from that scrapbook.com set. I love that set. It's one of my favorites. I will be adding that twine to the tags, and I'm doubling it up for a fuller look. And then I will start rearranging things on my layout for the final design. You'll see after I duplicate this whole process with my second tag, I realize that the balance is going to work a little bit better if I swap the tags. Yeah, I will be drawn to that heavier embellishment and then flow down across the photo to the other elements of the layout. All right, I do want to add just a little bit more color to this. I had some washi tape from the same kit that I made that background pattern paper, and a few strips of extra pattern paper with a little bit more color. I'm carefully getting my title on there with some glue and using tape to help keep everything aligned, balancing that up at the top with some more washi and strips of pattern paper. I do make sure everything is adhered down well when I finish that, and then a few extra sprigs of that vellum just very lightly glued down at the bottom, and then I will finish that off with a bow, and that brings some lovely elements to the beginning of my title down there. All right, that is the bulk of the layout, but now it is time to get the journaling on. I did not want the journaling to distract from the beauty of this design, so I'm going to do one of the techniques that I love to do, and that is to make my journaling into a doodled border. So I write in cursive, and in between each word, I leave a tail, and I start off the next word with the end of that tail. So as you can see here, I will follow these words around, and I don't have a huge amount to say because it is just like how full my heart feels looking at this beautiful photo of my daughter. And so I can fit just the words that I want to on here. I leave it decorative across the washi because the pen does not write well on the washi tape, but as I hit the paper again, I can continue with my words. I'd finished mostly what I wanted to say, and then I thought of just a couple more words that I could add that would finish off this entire border with words as doodles. So here is a look at all the close-ups as the final view of this layout. Thanks so much for sticking with me to the end of this video. That does help keep my channel running here on YouTube. And if you feel like subscribing, totally free, leaving a like and leaving a comment, those things really do help channels as well. So support your favorite crafters in that way. I hope you enjoyed watching me use hot foiling on layout. I know this is typically in the card making realm, but I like to cross over my various paper crafty loves. And don't forget, if you don't have a hot foiling machine, I do have that video for you. Links are down below as well, that you can check out how to add foiling to layouts without a hot foiling machine. And that is it for this time. I will be back with you soon with more crafty videos. And until then, I hope you have an artful day.